again. This time this creeps behind my back like a shadow. And whispers calling my name.
And let me unmute Dan here. There we go. Welcome back to another fucking episode of Perfectly Misfit as we start our usual ritual. There we go. Welcome back to another fucking episode. Dan, can you please mute your feedback, please?
I am
appreciate
right
with
now,
you.
homie. My bad.
I am your host, Renee Encarnacion. With me, as usual, is my dear, dear brother and very close confidant, Webslinger25, Daniel Webb himself. How are you, my brother?
Dude, I'm good. Remember how I've been talking about for months now that supposedly I'm supposed to get fiber internet?
Yeah.
I got it.
Is this it?
This is it.
Are you on the phone or on your? Are you on
I'm still on my phone. Have my laptop in front of me. I didn't have enough time to actually set all the shit up I need to. So, life.
Yeah, I will take.
Got in the way.
I'm only going to take 5% responsibility for that because someone decided to try and push the show back an hour, which I did not have to sacrifice today. But I am really glad we're getting to catch up. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. I apologize to that to our loyal fans, listeners, watchers who actually look forward to hearing our nonsense every week. Supposed to do a makeup day. I've just been working my fucking ass off. So yeah, that's that. I'm getting kind of tired of apologizing every week, but I do have to because it's mostly my fault. Sorry. But either way, what else has been up, man? What's going on? How is golf? Did you I mean, you've been telling me you've been playing some of the worst golf of your fucking life lately. Have you gotten out of that rut or
today I played 5 over par and a 9. So is it bad? No. Is it great? No. I did birdie a par 5, so I'm happy with that.
birdie is 1 under or 2 under? I forget.
2 under.
Okay.
2 under. My drives have been a lot better today. My short game, which is normally my strong point, my short game just decided to fall apart today. So that's been quite annoying, but I'm figuring out. I'll get there. So
I swung a golf club this week for the first time in 20 years.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'm pretty sure I'm still sore because of it. Just activating muscles I haven't used in fucking God knows how long, you know? Just like, and even funnier, it was just Top Golf.
I was going to ask you if it was Top Golf.
Yeah. So we're going to be making a new tradition, and we'll probably push for it on here as well. The second Monday of every May, we're gonna make it Sports Day. Because accidentally, my boy Paul, who everybody probably here has heard me talk about, accidentally booked himself for 2 sporting events in one day. Like he was supposed to do Top Golf, and then he completely forgot that he's in a kickball league that plays every Monday. So I was like, and like he's trying to get me in the same kickball league. So I guess I was like, well, I think we could probably do both. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, why not? We'll just make a whole fucking day out of it because we were supposed to barbecue. Yeah. We were supposed to barbecue as well. So it's like, you know, maybe next year we'll do some other random sport and then kickball, you know, like, I don't know. Just we were supposed to do a par 3, I think it was. Which I'm really glad we didn't.
A par 3 course is very unforgiving.
Okay.
very unforgiving. Like you got to have every shot on a par three course has to be on point.
Okay.
Otherwise, you screw it.
Well,
So if you're playing a par three course, you got to be good to play it.
I'm glad. Let's just say I'm glad. I got to do Top Golf first because oh shit, I'm missing comments here. Sorry guys. Sorry those of you watching at home. Hey, shout out to Popo Kingster, aka Kim from the We Go Hard Discord. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Travel Buds, Mike, what's going on? No, wait, are you saying no audio? Really? Wait, hold on. 7:19. That was 5 minutes ago.
Okay, I
Yeah.
was gonna say I hear you
I'm gonna say
just fine.
yeah, and you wait, you had the audio on your whatchamacallit before. Let's see. Perfectly misfit.
My straight up
Let's
from
make
our YouTube
sure we
live. Straight up on
okay.
YouTube live.
Sounds good on me. Like, oh, all
Yeah.
right. He said, okay. Oh, that was earlier. Oh, maybe I wonder. I hope the fucking intro song played. Crap. All
Uh,
right. Whatever.
so if you send me this file after it's done and recording, I'll put the audio in the beginning
All
and
right.
I'll
Yeah.
send it back to you.
I had to pay the StreamYard today. I forgot about it for the last couple of days. But either way.
All good.
Last week, the one I wanted to talk last week about routines, traditions, habits. Just because on occasion, one of my, you already know, one of my favorite podcasters, comedians is Joey Diaz. And, funniest motherfucker in the world.
Yep.
Vulgar as it gets, but on occasion he likes to get a little real. And things have just been really real over the past couple months for the both of us, I feel like. And yeah, like I want to let's just talk about the shit that we do to try and keep out of bad habits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
I
and before I forget, R.I.P. to your hamsters. I'm sorry.
guinea pigs, and
Mhm.
yeah, I know it's so dumb, and I get it because they're guinea pigs. I had three guinea pigs, a dad, the mom and daughter. The mom and daughter obviously were in separate cages. Randomly, the mom and daughter died, and they're not old. And it's again, like I said, I know it's dumb, but I fucking love those little shits. And
Oh, shut up! You were raising them as fucking snake food. We all know you're a snake guy.
no,
Come
no,
on.
no, 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 they would never be snake food. But you know, eventually, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. It's just, dude, it really sucked. And like I said,
I'm
I
sure,
messaged
man.
you like,
I wasn't really
uh,
trying to make light of it at all. Like
I
losing a
know,
pet is not a
yeah,
cool thing, no matter how
yeah,
small or large. You fucking put love into them, no matter what. Like even if they're an annoying fucking animal, if they are
right.
even an annoying pet, you still love with all of your heart.
Unfortunately, yes, and that's true. And like the day it happened, I messaged you, and I'm like, dude, I'm so confused, and I was off, dude. Like I've been off for since then, because like
Now, was it maybe like a little cold that night? But also from
see,
since it was the two of them, I feel like it had to be like a disease or some shit, right? Like it
they
had to
had to
be.
choke on something. They had to, um. So I'll back up to the weekend. And give a broader picture and add a little bit of happiness to the sadness beforehand. Um, I had a bunch of people over this past weekend. I smoked a brisket. I started at 11 o'clock Friday night. I didn't pull it off until 6 o'clock Saturday. Um, I had about 12 kids on Saturday. And I'm like almost at the point where I'm like wondering if one of the kids might have put something in there that they weren't supposed to have. And like maybe they choked on it. Like I don't know. Like it's it's dude, I don't know, and it's sad as fuck because
That is really just so. I mean, the choking thing that you said, that doesn't make any sense.
no,
Yeah,
like
they're not both gonna choke on the same exact night. That's crazy.
and like they were like laying right next to each other, like cuddling. And dude, we did freeze overnight, but my house didn't get that cold. Like, there's no way. I got fucking ball pythons, like not that far away from where the guinea pigs are. There's no way that two guinea pigs next to the third one, and then two ball pythons. I don't know, dude. It's so weird. It's been one of those things that like
it bugs you, but I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're guinea pigs. You have to be able to move on from them quickly. They're not. They're not known for their long lifespan. I feel like,
like 6 years. Yeah. No, and you're right, and I should.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to. Oh God, I hope I don't sound like a fucking catless piece of shit. But yeah, Dan, move the fuck on, man. After I just told you every fucking pet gets your full heart. What the fuck is wrong with you, pussy?
For sure, dude.
So okay, then that's a good transition. We are veterans dealing with PTSD who have lost lots of friends, lost loved ones, brothers, sisters, whatever you want to call it. So what's something you do in this kind of situation? I mean, it's a guinea pig, but like it's still a family member. I'm sure the kids weren't
in general. Dude, I honestly, like, I do my best and not think about it and just say, they're in a better place, even though I don't believe in heaven or hell or any of that shit. I do. I honestly, I really just, like, in times like this, like, I really just try not to think about it at all, because like when you're dead, in my opinion, again, my opinion, when you're dead, you're dead.
Ain't nobody canceling us on our show. Don't worry, bro. You're all right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I buried them and good to go. Like, once I was buried them, I did feel a little closure, and
Yeah, I'll be taking Portia into her doctors in the next week or so, and I have a feeling I'm going to end up hearing something I don't want to hear and having to make a decision that I don't want to make. So that'll be a whole episode, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and what about just everyday life? Do you have like routines that you do?
No.
All right, hold on. Let me answer the last question for myself. I don't deal with it very well. I'm very much just a person who bottles it up inside. I'll kind of drink, smoke, and cry about it, with me and myself, and sometimes with you over the phone, or like, like another friend who's willing to, watch me fucking feel sad and like, but not, make me feel like an asshole about it. Which I actually had recently as well. We can get into that. Sorry, I didn't put that up before, Kim. Cheers. That was a nice little dab. That was some California shatter. Thanks to Kim here, actually. Kim and Mike. Shout out to them. Huge shout outs to everybody. But no, I internalize a lot, and then when I do find somebody I can confide in, I'll dump it out on them, and most of the time they end up crying for me or with me, because once I let it out, I let it out. But yeah, I really just try to have good friends who I can confide in. That's been my greatest blessing in life with my trauma and my depression and shit like that, is just having like a good solid 10 fucking friends that I know are not going anywhere anytime soon, no matter how much I piss them off, and vice versa.
Yeah, your circle's bigger than mine. I've like 5, if that.
Look, honestly, Dan, I wanted to say 5, but
yeah.
I know there's people
to hurt anybody's feelings.
There's people there, yeah, that too. But there's people I know who I can turn to, but I just don't.
Right.
I don't bother them. Especially like honestly, well, I know I can always turn to you, but people like you who have a career, like a real serious job and a family to fucking deal with. I don't. This is a big problem amongst a lot of soldiers. We end up feeling like a burden on people, and that's one thing I have always going to fucking struggle with, is not wanting to be a burden. And I don't even mean like, it's not like, sometimes you can be a burden and it's not like a financial or a physical thing. An emotional burden can be quite taxing on somebody. Like, I'm sure, a lot of relationships fucking just end because it's just like, I can't deal with all of this. This is a lot.
Right.
And I'm someone who's come to terms with the fact that I am a lot. So it's going to take a very special person to end up fucking dealing with me for the long haul.
Yeah, without a lot of intense therapy and classes and trying to figure out how to deal with it, like without,
and without without those psych meds that end up fucking making you do fucking dumber shit than you were thinking before.
Right. No, and you can do it without those. I've talked to you numerous times about, how Wounded Warrior Project helped change my life. And, we're right now in this pandemic era, so it makes all that shit a lot harder for you. But I did it beforehand. Dude, I was an angry piece of shit all the time until Wounded Warrior Project helped me learn how to deal with that stuff. Instead of taking everything out on everyone, they taught me how to, everybody says, oh, it's easy to just count to 10 and blah, 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 blah. But like that shit, that's not really it.
No.
But like how to fucking deal with it to go on and move on from those feelings. So that's something I always suggested to you. And, again, at some point I would love to see you do it. And hopefully
I donated. I haven't utilized any of their services. They're a great organization. Shout out Wounded Warrior Project. Shout out Weed for Warriors as well. I believe that's the organ. Let me see. It's like WPF or some shit like that, or WFP, where it's like an organization that's like very huge, like advocates for getting fucking pot for veterans who need it over
over meds.
Yeah,
because the VA, like we both experienced it. At one point, the VA wanted me to take 14 different pills.
I tried like one of those meds for. I gave it. It's you're supposed to let it like sink in. I think I gave it a good month or two.
Yeah, it's like 6 weeks.
Yeah, you have to like let it like change your full body chemistry, and never did like I ever feel like it. I feel like that's what acid must be like. I literally was watching myself walk in front of myself. It was the weirdest thing. I just literally thinking about it kind of sends like tingles all over my body, because like that feeling, you feel like a fucking robot or a zombie. I don't know.
I know I've tried 7 different meds before the one that works. And that's just, again, you got to have a relationship with your doctor. And it's so fucking hard to have a relationship with your VA doctor because they see so many fucking people and they're so short staffed.
And I really feel like VA doctors, like, because we all doctors are influenced by whichever pharmacy or pharmaceutical company that wants to pay them the most. And like, I feel like the agenda for the VA is just push those pills on you, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Just like how many pills can we get them on to fucking fuck them up the most, or just not even really in the end to just make them more money.
Yeah, make them more dependent. And I agree. Like I said, at one point, the VA wanted me to take 14 different pills every day. And no, like I had again learned to deal with my own shit.
Our audience is relating with us while gigging on each other. Kim is saying she's a lot, and her husband is like, yeah, she's a lot for sure.
Yeah. So it's just yeah, finding that perfect balance and like, working with them and a lot of communication. It's hard. It's a pain in the ass, but in the end, it works. Like, honestly, man, like the best me started about 3 years ago. And yeah, do I still have my low points and high points all the fucking time? But the best me who started to understand that stuff started 3 years ago from shit I learned from Wounded Warrior Project and the concept therapy. Like I was in up until like 2 months ago, I did therapy every Thursday at 12 o'clock, you know. And
You went for lunch? You took off lunch for
yeah, my
therapy?
lunch
Oh,
break, yeah.
oh hell no.
But
I
it
would,
was good. It worked.
I would, I'm just thinking my version of that would just be going to the bar every Thursday and talking shit to whatever bartender wanted to listen to me at noon.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
obviously
man.
I'm unhealthy, so whatever. Don't listen to me, fuckers.
But we're talking about routines and shit. The one thing that helped me the most out of all the shit was waking up an hour earlier than I wanted to and jumping on the treadmill for an hour right away in the morning and like motivating myself to do that shit like and starting out my day like accomplishing one of the massive goals I have in my life is jumping on the treadmill, dude. So that's been a blessing in itself. And I've actually come out of a lot of massive depression shit just from exercising.
Oh, it's kind of funny. I'll never forget the fact that like you're not a small dude,
No,
but you've been banging out like 8-minute 3-mile runs for like as long as I've known you. Like even
yeah.
like you're impressive. You're someone's got the Mickey Mantle gene.
The pressure gene. Dude, look, when you saw me last, I was at my fattest. I was about 270, which is just insane.
So
And
Mike and Kim are whatchamacallit stories, transition stories. They were big old fatties, and now
yeah,
they got surgery, and then they also hit the gym like 2-3 times a week, and they're like, and
nice.
they measure their food, fucking hardcore discipline. It's super admirable, like what they've done. But yeah, you're a big boy, but I still remember like you're like, yeah, just do 3 miles on the treadmill. I'm like, all right, there, Burnt Chrysler, take it easily.
Dude, I'm down to around 250. It's like 250 on my bad day and like 242 on like a normal good day. So it's like you fluctuate your weight so much. And then um especially like if I go my weeks without drinking a shitload of beer, like I lose a lot more weight, but then I slip into the normal habits of fuck it, carbs.
Yeah,
I
like I cut back on the beer. I was huge on the beer, and we could also use this as slowly transition. You're still doing your hour. You run every morning still.
every
So,
morning. Yep.
because I told her I would mention her. I was on a date before the episode today, and like she's a hot chick. So like, and she works out, like, or not really work. She does her stretches. She does yoga. She's a hot chick. And I was like, fuck. I can't be like seeing a hot chick and like looking like this. I mean, I look fine. I'm in fucking good shape. Like fucking Kim and Michael, they wanted to fuck me when we met last week. But hard liquor over beer for sure. But like she's motivating me now. I didn't tell her, but I definitely did my stretches this morning for the first time, like the way I'm supposed to.
Nice.
And I'm looking forward to getting back into that like routine as well, man. Fucking these routines that like we forget, they were instilled in us through the military, and like they were genuinely fucking healthy routines that we kind of just are like, uh,
Yeah. Push-ups, sit-ups, 2 mile run. Yeah, dude, it's
yeah.
it's like
Was it 2 mile run every other day at least? At least.
2 mile. It was push-ups, sit-ups, 2 mile run for PT test, but we
Oh yeah,
ran
yeah.
5 to 7 miles every day, or every other day. So it'd be like one day would be in the field doing your fucking push-ups, jumping jacks. I mean, mountain climbers, all the shit that sucks so much. But like now I'm like sitting back going, PT was like my favorite part of the fucking army. And I wish I could continue doing that, but I can't because my shit sucks and I get sore and my knees suck and my elbows hurt. Like,
I I had a flashback this week or last week to like the first month that I came back from basic. So everybody knows I was in the National Guard. So like I was home most of the time. And like with a group of friends in New York City, and we're at an avenue crossing, a crosswalk, and the light, the stop sign for the don't walk sign started coming up. So yes, I did want to fuck you, Kim, but that's not the point. Relax. So I just remember, like, I'm like, oh guys, let's run for the light, and just being so much faster than everybody. Like it was fucking like my friends were like halfway still in the, like it was a double lane, and they were in the middle intersection still, and I'm like all the way. I'm like, where the fuck? Oh shit! I'm like, God, I will never be that fast again. Never.
dude, I used to be able to run a 2 mile in 11 minutes and 35 seconds. No fucking way.
Fuck you.
I-
11:30? Jesus.
Yeah. I'm
I
a
think my fastest was
37
like
years old and 250 pounds. Not
my
a fucking
fastest
chance.
was like just under 7, which was
Yeah.
fine. But like, goddamn, nigga.
I
Wow.
don't know, dude. I was highly motivated when I was young.
Sweet.
So,
Sweet. But when did you join in your teens? Because I didn't join until I was like 23.
I joined, and when I was 17, the day after 9/11.
Okay, so yeah, you had the real young energy. That's probably why you had faster. Yeah, I didn't join until I was into my 20s and like had been smoking weed for a long time.
No, I was
Truth bomb, y'all. No, what? Sorry.
I was senior in high school.
You signed up. Oh Jesus, you're one of those. My very good friend, fucking. Yo, we're gonna call this the shout out episode. Shout out to Pat McGovern. That's my fucking good buddy. He's a cop back in Ossining. But we were friends at the high school age together. We weren't in the same high school, but we were friends since like high school age. And like he was like somebody signed up when he was 17 and like tried to convince me to join all those years, and like he was the one who got me to fucking join eventually. I'm like, Dan, my mom wants to kick me out of the house. I don't know what the hell to do. He's like, Army always wants you. I'm like, you always say that. How much is that sign-on bonus?
Right? No shit.
I mean, when you're 23 living at your mom's house, 20 grand sounds so amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot. So hold on. So if you're 23, you and I are the same age. You joined in what, like 2004, 2005?
03. It was 03 to 13 is when I went. Yeah.
Okay.
I did 10 years.
Yep.
But I had the 1.5 year gap where I was out, and then they convinced me to come back into PSYOP.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And then you got pulled out of IRR and all that bullshit.
That was before I reclassed to PSYOP. Yeah, I got out, but they got me back in within a year after I got out of the guard. And then
yeah, dude, when I got out of active duty, I went reserve, did reserve. That was fun as shit.
So hold on. So we can fill in everybody. The IRR is the inactive ready reserves. In layman terms, if you guys remember, it's basically I think there was a movie about it called Stop Lost. So basically, it means if the government, you could be out of your contract, but like, all right, I signed up for 4 years, but technically the government still owned me for another 4 years after.
And every contract, no matter what, is 8 years.
Yeah, so like if you do 6 years, they still own you for 2. I think no, the 2 year one, I think they only get you for 2 afterwards or some shit like that. Or
No,
4.
no, it's still 8.
They still
It's
own you
still
for
8.
8. Still,
Everything is 8.
okay.
It's so stupid.
So what happens is if the government deems that your skill set is necessary, she was talking about me smoking for 12 years before I joined the military, but
why are you playing my comments back to them?
Well, so that way everybody else can see, because the audience can't see what we see here. So, but I mean, anybody else at home wants to see you reacting, then we can see that you're. It's kind of cool that you're responding in the chat while in the show.
Yeah, so, dude. Honestly, it's the first time I'm able to do it, and I fucking love it.
Yeah. So, the fuck was I talking about? God damn it!
Stop loss.
Oh yeah. So stop. If the government deems that the skill sets that they spent a lot of taxpayer money to teach you is required in the current battlefield, they can fucking pull your card. Literally, I was visiting my half a retarded sister. She's adopted. I can talk about her like that. We've since disowned her. She went Tea Party. It was like, yeah, she was calling Obama the N-word. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, we don't talk to her anymore. But I was out visiting her in Philly. And then we she lives in Delaware.
Of course, it's Philly.
Well, no, she's in Delaware. She lives in Delaware.
Oh, okay.
But like we met in Philly, did cheesesteaks, cannolis, and then the next morning I was sick as shit. Went to the fucking ER, had to get my appendix taken out. And while I'm there healing up, I get this fat yellow envelope, U.S. Army insurance, whatever, on the fucking top left. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe this is just my signing out papers, like wrapping up my life insurance policy from the year before. They're like, nope. Here's a fucking fat stack of orders, which orders for civilians is a stack of papers telling you you're being activated and you have to report somewhere at a certain date and time. And dude, I got this in the fucking hospital. I'm like, that's awesome. Like mom came to visit me. Obviously, she's like, my baby's fucking got his first surgery. And like she's like, oh, by the way, you got some mail from the Army. I'm like, oh, sweet, get me the fuck out of here. You didn't get it in FedEx. It wasn't a FedEx package. Because 99.9% it might have been
all FedEx.
It might have been a yellow envelope inside a FedEx, but I don't remember. I just remember the big fat yellow envelope. It's big fucking.
Like to this day, that's why I hate FedEx. My first son was just born, 2 months into it, and we're sitting at home, and I'm done with everything. Like 2 years, I can sit on IRR, fuck everybody. I did my time. I already did my first tour. Fuck that shit.
Wait. So when I met you, you were being pulled out the IRR too?
I got 100% stop loss. I got my stop loss paperwork like 2 months before my out date.
Well, that makes sense because we were both at Dick's, and that's like, yeah.
And we were both so fucking disgruntled and didn't give a fuck about anything. And that's why we got along.
You remember the van? Didn't you? You drove the other van, didn't you?
You're goddamn right.
That's right. That's right. Dan and I got to fuck. We had because we were sitting at Dick's for a reason we will talk about maybe. For a reason we will talk about on another episode. But while you're sitting there waiting for them to determine what they're going to do with you, you have to do something. So Dan and I got to drive people around in these like economy vans,
like the Astro vans, like taking these people to different training events and shit.
Training. What was that? What was the hospital? Oh, Walter Reed, right? No. It was something else. No, Walter Reed, Germany. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I forgot. Who cares? It's a very
fucking famous, Jersey.
It's a very famous hospital out there, though. That's gonna bug me. Hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking there.
Not Mercy.
No. It had a very famous name.
No, the one I'm thinking of is in DC, and that's not the one. But Yeah, no, fucking yeah, driving the van and shit. Like, I I will talk about why I got held back. Is my hearing test came back so fucking bad that they're like, we can't send you back into combat without hearing aids. And I'm like, okay, like, fuck it, give me hearing aids. Let's do this shit. And I waited for 5 fucking months for hearing. Dude, I was at Dick's for so long, to the point where when I left, like, you had just left, right? Like a
I was only
month
there. I
later.
feel like I was only there like a month, maybe.
Dude, we were there for. I was there for so fucking long. When they're like,
I cried my way out of there pretty much though. But I'm just like, they were gonna send me home. I'm like, just send me to Iraq, please.
they were like, all right, yeah, it's gonna take 5 months to get your hearing aids. And I'm like, the fuck am I waiting for then, bitch? Like, I'm only scheduled to be gone for another fucking 4 fucking months. Like, I'm gonna be stuck here another month after the stupid fucking company I got stuck with to come back. And I've already ETS'd by this point. Like,
ETS, ladies and gentlemen, is when you're out of the
100% done.
out.
Your contract's fucking over. And I was already done by 3 months prior to this.
I'm guessing this is one of your followers. Oh no, this is one of mine. This is on Twitch.
Yeah.
Tarkov Rat. They sent me to Iraq, so I ran.
It's fucking it's so fucking dumb. And there's a lot of shit that went with it too. Like, they sent the potential first sergeant over to come talk to me and shit, like, before they left for Iraq too, which is fine, like, whatever.
Oh, for the unit that you were supposed to be attached to. We got to transition out of this because I'm sure we're gonna get real boring with this military talk. So
yeah,
but,
all right, no, let's get out of it now because fuck, I don't want to talk about it anymore anyway.
This is all like Fort Dix is a fucking shithole. Everybody gets stuck there. It
Like,
fucking sucks.
There's a reason why there's a 22 and Fort Dix is it.
That's what Fort Dix is 21 of the 22.
You're goddamn right.
Shit,
That's a joke, and that is a terrible joke, but I stand by it.
Yeah. Hashtag 22 a day is bringing awareness to veteran suicide, ladies and gentlemen. So, we lose on average 22 veterans a day to suicide. It is a very fucking sad thing, but this is what we do in the military. We try to make fun of the fucking, the things that bring us down the most because that's all you really can do to move on. You have to be bigger and stronger than the things that scare you.
You move tragedy into humor, and that's why we're savage as fuck, man. Like,
that's why we're doing this. That's why we do this every fucking week. When Renee's not being a depressed asshole. Dude, tomorrow I am going full Puerto Rican, bro. I am making some rice and beans, and I got a 9-pound fucking pork shoulder that's been marinating for like 3 days now, bro.
Nice. Marinating in what?
Well, all right, I don't know if I call it marinating, but it's just been seasoned. Like if anybody wants to look it up, it's called pernil, which is the proper way to spell it, pronounce it. If I want to pronounce it phonetically, it's pernil, Pernil. It is a Puerto Rican style pork roast. Lot of garlic in it, a lot of fucking cumin.
Pernil.
Pernil. It is one of my favorite things. Yeah, look, if you guys can see by Dan's face, he's witnessing right now what my club. Shit. I assume my club is going to make this face tomorrow. My only worry, I've never made a 9-pounder. So after we get off this episode, I'm headed down to the club, and I think I'm going to start it like tonight.
Whew.
Yeah. Dan's Dan, eyes up here. Dan, eyes up here. Eyes up here.
Sorry, dude. I'm thinking in my head, So I have a smoker, right? In my head, I want to do all this shit, but instead of doing what I read the recipe, instead of doing that shit,
That's not don't ignore whatever the fuck you saw there. I will, when we get off of here, tell you my grandfather's recipe. That's that's like a recipe I've never even shared with like women I've dated and lived with, and they've been like, "That's fucked up," and I'm like, "Sorry, bud."
It says on here that you can make it in the oven at 300 degrees for 3 to 4 hours, and fuck that noise. Put it in a smoker for 12 to 15 hours, and I guarantee it'll be 1,000 times better.
No, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now. This is not about smoking. This is all about the seasonings and doing it nice and low and slow, and then blasting it at the end, because then the skin turns into chicharron.
It's like a bacony. I'm watching it. I'm sorry. I gotta end it. I'm so interested in this shit. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next weekend. I guarantee it. I'm doing ribs this weekend. I already told you I smoked a brisket for fucking 16 hours this past weekend.
Fucking gorgeous. This is why I love you.
I put it on Facebook, pictures and shit.
You sent me pictures. I saw it. That shit looks sexy.
Oh, good. So good. And I not a scrap left. Not one scrap left. Like not even like a little piece of fat. Fucking gone, motherfucker. Like
dude, speaking of brisket, your boy got to go to his fucking first baseball game in almost 2 years yesterday.
The Rockies?
Yeah, Rockies versus Padres. Fucking doubleheader. I love the new rules. Bro, doubleheader, only 7 innings each now. 7 and 7. Done. Lost the first one, and I left. But then we won the fucking second one. Dude, I was exhausted. Because I was exhausted. I was with 2 people. One of them already had to leave because he was bartending last night. It's one of my bartenders. Shout out to Josh. I don't know, dude. All right. Let's put it like this. You know how much weed I smoke, right?
Right.
I was hanging out with the only 2 people who can keep up with me, and we pre-gamed. I mean, I do. I'm someone who drinks a lot of whiskey. I'll get like a high ball of whiskey. Fucking text her.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh shit. Just
Kill me.
Hi, Dan's girlfriend. Fucking hell. Yeah, way to throw off the fucking whole episode, fucker. Does she do this on your show?
Gummy.
We went hard. Like I must have done 4 big ass shots in an hour, and then they bought me beers because I bought I had the tickets. Shout out to vettickets.org. Shout outs.
And stadium beers are 20 ounces, 22 ounces.
Well, I had 120 big old cup and then 1 silver bullet because it's fucking Coors Field. Let's also get into this bullshit. How can you be sponsored by fucking Coors and still are selling $11 fucking beers? That's fucked up.
So last time I went to Comerica Park, it was for a 16-ounce beer. It was $10.
Yeah. The average is $10 to $12.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous, man. But I mean, they sponsor your entire stadium. You can't get cheaper beer. It makes literally no fucking sense to me at all. Well, let's go into the last segment, fucking podcast, because I had one I was so happy for this week. The return of Rinks, aka the fucking gay gray owl, aka my man Brian fucking Callen, is now back on The Fighter and the fucking Kid. They had sorry?
Is he now?
Yeah.
They kicked the other 2 dudes off because I stopped watching that.
They kept one of the 2 fucking. I love both of the black guys. They're both fucking hilarious.
I didn't think so.
One of them is well. All right, I liked one more than the other, but I'm not trying to fucking come on. You gotta play nice a little bit. Come on.
Can't be racist. All right.
But they had Adam Carolla on, and like I love Adam Carolla. I grew up on fucking
Right.
Adam Carolla, but like I grew up on the Man Show. I grew up on fucking Loveline. I literally remember as a kid listening to Loveline on a jukebox. How fucking old am I? On a boombox next to my bed as I went to sleep. I don't know if do you remember that Loveline? Loveline was a call-in radio advice show.
It was a syndicated show that was not syndicated in my area because remember, I grew up in the Bible Belt.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Loveline was a radio show, call-in radio advice show, and it was all about it got raunchy. Like everybody would call in for relationship advice, but it would be advice. God damn it, words are hard. So yeah, like I grew up on Adam, and like, but now he's kind of intolerable, and he has like 7 or 8 different podcasts.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, fucking hell yeah, Chantal. Fucking love line. Like, yeah, you would get some fucking weird ass fucking calls in there. Like, you'd get everybody being like, I think my boyfriend's cheating on me. What should I do? To my boyfriend has to stick a guinea pig that died yesterday at my ass. And my name's Dan. Yeah, it was a fucking great show.
Was that like pre the Man Show?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking about like, bro, this was on Boombox. I had listened to this shit on the radio. I like an old school, like an old timey baseball game. Like, oh, gotta tune in at it. And it was a late night. It's even funnier. It was a late night talk show. It was like at 11, 12 o'clock. That's why you had to put it on the radio. I remember like at bedtime being like having it on like super low so my mom doesn't listen to me. Or fucking hearing women with orgasm problems.
What was it called? Loveline?
Loveline. Yeah, dude. Yeah. It was Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It was the both.
It is Dr. Drew. I looked up Loveline Wikipedia. And yeah, Dr. Drew was on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so fucking awesome.
That was a great fucking show. But so I really liked this episode because it was the return of Brian Callen. Love Brian Callen. Been a fan since Mad TV back in the fucking 90s. But it was also like
Brian Callen should have never been canceled. That's
of course
bullshit.
not. Of course not. Of course not. Neither should have fucking Dalia. Everybody go fuck themselves if you want to fight about it. But it was cool to I grew up on very early Loveline with this guy called The Poor Man and Dr. Drew. Whoa, okay. But all right, what I'm trying to get at is that I really loved Adam Carolla out of his element because like Brendan Schaub is Brendan Schaub and Brian is so fucking funny and so smart and just like so fucking quick. It was great to have like Adam Carolla kind of be forced to be funny. Like it's like all his other shows have like a theme. Like he's interviewing like Carol Shelby and like fucking like old car makers. Like that's one of his podcasts. Like I just want Adam Carolla to be retarded crank yankers funny Adam Carolla.
That's the other place I know where he's from is Crank Yankers. Did you watch the below the belt clips at all?
Below the belt. Sorry.
That's Brendan Schaub's like
his MMA thing? His
right.
MMA show? No, I haven't. I don't.
With so I only watched like 20-second clips. But I guess Jake Paul like snatched fucking Mayweather's hat off.
Yeah.
And his head and like caused a fucking brawl. And the Logan Paul got his fucking ass kicked by all of Mayweather's bouncer dudes.
Yep.
Like broke his nose, black eyes, ripped his shirt and shit. That's fucking awesome. Fuck the Paul brothers. I hope they all fucking get their ass kicked every day, all day. Fuck them.
Yeah, that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, like, on television. Because, like, what's even funnier is, and you know what we're gonna do? Let's hold on. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up. Yeah, like I think these boys, and I'm gonna call them boys because that's what the fuck they are. They're not like
Children.
men.
They're so children.
Yeah. What these boys are doing with some real gangsters uh is kind of dangerous. So for those of
Like-
you who are normal and don't fucking follow this dumb shit, Logan and Jake Paul are two YouTube celebrities who are now like gaining traction because they're like challenging people in boxing matches and like making them into spectacular pay-per-views.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a fucking boxing legend who grew up in the ghetto of most ghetto parts of Grand Rapids, Michigan, not very far from where I am from. All right. Like when I say ghetto of the ghetto, dude, like people say Detroit's bad, and it is bad. But like this section where he grew up, we called it Little Detroit for a reason. Shots fired every night. So Floyd's not a person you fuck with, dude. And
Yeah, and the people like so Floyd has stupid money. He's got like, you know, generational changing money. So like the people that he's probably brought out of poverty are also people, you know, I mean, the people he keeps around him are also
Dude, for
people
sure.
you don't want
You
to
don't
fuck with.
No.
So now this fight right here, like, and because you know, you're into wrestling and shit, we can talk in these terms. For those of us who see things like this, who are kind of in the fighting world, where we like know the ins and outs of MMA, wrestling, how this fucking shit works as a fucking business. It's mostly entertainment and whatnot.
Yeah, we call it the kayfabe aspect, where like
Yes.
McGregor,
For the rest of us,
McGregor and him,
yeah,
like the McGregor Mayweather build-up was all them just trying to get the money.
yeah, it's a work.
Need
So this is what I'm
anything.
getting at. Listen, what I'm
Yeah.
getting at. This is all right for those of us in the wrestling who know about wrestling and shit and know that industry. What's called a work means they are working the storyline. They are building it up to, you know, get that interest, get that hype going.
Right.
So there's two things in this industry. There's a work and then there's a shoot. A shoot is when things get real.
Right.
And I think that, and a lot of other my homies in our circles, you know, like the Paul brothers are YouTubers. You know, one of them's like had a fight, but he like fought Jose Canseco, not a fighter. And this dude's been literally like, I think Jake Paul's been training hardcore for like 5 years now. Like he's like really fucking learning to box. He's put his heart into it because he's got fucking tens of millions of dollars and nothing better to fucking do. So I think this is starting off as a work. I think these boys think they're going to fuck around and play with Floyd Mayweather, and they realize, and Floyd's going to be like, oh, they're cute little YouTube boys. Not realizing they are fucking with a hood motherfucker who is surrounded by 20 other even more hood motherfuckers and doesn't realize they're not going to play. We're not playing games. So here, let's watch. I won't show the whole thing because it's a whole. We'll have to watch 2.5 minutes of this shit.
Like straight up fucking gangbanger.
But so they were doing a little press conference. They, you know, just a little thing in front of the freaking, you know, the wall of promo to get pictures and, you know, get some little plugs going or whatever. But then
Build more
Mr.
hype.
Jake decides to, you know, try and get a little spicy. It's fucking hilarious.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Hammond.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Hammond.
Let me call Al Hammond.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat.
Oh, Yo,
Got your hat like trying to be cute. Nah.
got
Do you see?
your hat.
Do you,
My
do you
man.
see how many people swarmed that motherfucker?
So, and
quick.
for also the rest of you who don't know, like, Floyd has made a brand of himself. He has this thing called TMT. That's
Right.
Team Money Team. If we look closely through this clip, I will bet there's going to be 13 motherfuckers with shoulders twice the size of mine wearing TM t-shirts. And those
You
motherfuckers'
say
job,
13,
their only job is to make sure you don't fuck with this one motherfucker.
This fucker has 2 squads. All right. That's 20 people always with him. And do you think that people standing behind Homeboy, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whatever the fuck his name is, you think that's part of his squad? Fuck no, that's all Floyd's squad. Like, they're not fucking around, dude. And they're all trying to prove their worth to Floyd after this shit. Like, you don't think not one of them fucking threw some cheap shots and shit in there?
Hold on, let's
Get some extra money?
hold on, let's just get a little bit of this. Let's get a little bit of the juice in here. Because Jake and Paul have some homies. They have some. See, there's one redhead. There's a redhead. That's definitely one of the Logan's Pauls.
Right. He got his ass whooped.
Look at them. Look at them. It's TMT hat. Look at the TMT hats. TMT hat. I see 4. All right, I can't. Fucking retard. I swear to God, they're fucking idiots.
So stupid. Like, honestly, again, like I said, Floyd Mayweather Jr. maybe full of money, but
they both have stupid money, but Floyd
he's still
has
gangster.
generational money, which is
He's
an
still
expression I
gangster.
love saying. Yeah. There's some, you could take a motherfucker out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a motherfucker for real. Like, that is someone, and he's like 5'7", and I still wouldn't fuck with that motherfucker.
I met him in real life.
That what?
I met him in real life. I was 17, working at Lids, the hat store in the mall, and he came in with 30 motherfuckers, and every one of them grabbing hats and shit. I didn't know who he was at the time. Like, he was just starting that Money Mayweather persona. And like, I'm like, hey, everybody, like, only 3 hats off the shelf at a time, like, so I could watch. And like, I was the only one there. And he just grabbed like a stack of $100 bills and threw it at me. Like, literally.
He made it rain? Did he make it rain on you?
Ish. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this means. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, white boy. We take what we want. And then everybody grabbed their shit and left. I have no inventory, whatever. Fuck it. I just threw all the money in the red shirt, called it good. Like, I had no idea what was going on. It was the funniest shit now. At 37, thinking about it.
How old were you? Were you like a teenager?
17. I just turned 17. It was like one of his bigger fights, but I didn't watch boxing at the time. So it was absolutely insane, dude.
That's fucking great.
I will forever remember him as this asshole that threw like $2,000 at me for no reason.
I would say $2,000. $2,000's not a lot, really. That's it.
No, it was like again, it was just like handful of fucking money.
You think it really was enough to cover the amount of hats that got taken?
I promise it was at least 3 times more.
Okay, all right, that's all that matters then. That's all that fucking matters.
It was crazy as fuck, and I didn't know what to do. Again, stupid kid. So yeah, it was fun.
It's fucking great.
I hate him.
My brother Dan. Anything you want to fucking plug and promote this week? But you want to give a huge shout out on the shout out episode?
The massive shout out is still always my buddy Darth Maldo on every fucking social media platform. Darth Maldo. Find him. His name's Matt Maldonado. He did our logo. He does tattoos. He does digital art in general. He does comic books. Dude's a jack of all trades. His shit's awesome. Go check him out. That's it.
Fucking sweet, man. And follow Dan on fucking TikTok. Like he needs more followers. Homeboy is blowing the fuck up. It's kind of hilarious. And follow all his social medias at webslinger25. My shout out of the day, I don't know, fucking shout out Apothecary Farms, Apothecary Extracts here in Colorado. Just a spot that I like. They're not really a sponsor, but shout out the Health Centers and my other favorite fucking weed shop. Huge shout to Joey James Hernandez, who I haven't given him a plug in the past couple of weeks. You can find him on tpublic.com/user/ Joey James Artworks with an X. He makes some of the dopest fucking shirts, posters. I just ripped this one off the wall for just to show an example. Is Michael Jordan with fucking devil horns, fucking breathing them bull horns. Yeah, great fucking artist.
Oh, yeah.
I love him. Huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's one thing we are always going to do here is try and support local artists, small businesses, because we are little people. So we support the little people around us who we love and support. Check us out next week. We will be live Thursday at what time, Dan?
Around 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dan, I love you. I always look forward to this every fucking week. Sometimes I can't do it. I apologize again for that. But yeah, it's always great catching up.
Oh yeah, buddy. I love you too. I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, everybody. Let me get the song going. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Work on those routines. Do whatever you have to do to make sure you're feeling your best fucking self. Thank you, Kim. I really appreciate it. And our outro song. It's a fucking banger, man. We were so blessed to get this fucking song. Yeah, and can I pull this up? Here we go. We love you too, Kim. All right, guys. See you.